Okay. Right, I'm just waiting on the stream to catch up so I can see things are going. Okay, I appear to have a stream. Okay. So, where am I? Right. So the plan for tonight is basically see if I can get an old game like Manic Miner and rip out graphics and levels. Find a really good online doc that has all the formats. So I was going to do a tech blog or something on buffers, binary stuff, and I figured a good example would be to look through some of these old files and basically use that as an example of accessing binary data. So I have myself the Manic Miner file, and we're just going to see how far I get. So first thing I need to do is to make myself a spectrum size room and to blow up the size a bit. 2, so that's the screen resolution of the spectrum, and that's actually a scalar of that, so it'll be nice and big. Howdy all. I'm assuming you can all hear me, by the way. Just grunt when you can hear me. Okay. Okay, not much to see. Right, so we've got that. Let's create a controller. Oops, spelled really badly. Let's create a level and a platform. And we'll make a sprite out of that. So before we do that, we'll just put a controller in. That's probably all I need. And Manic Miner was made out of 8 by 8 tiles, so we'll make ourselves a 8 tile. I won't be able to use the tile maps because tile maps are not something you can do dynamically. So we'll. Thank you. Good to hear. See you can hear me. So we'll just use an instance and plaster them around. There's not that many of them in the room, so it doesn't really matter. Okay, so let's do create level. And create script. Okay, so that's really all I'm needing for us just now. And I'm going to. Okay, so right. It's good practice to fill in all these things at the top. Even though they take a bit of time, it lets you think about what you're going to do while you're typing it all in. So it is quite good. So, like I said, the idea is we're going to use buffers and some binary access. Now, a little bit of remembering of this stuff. So we're going to load in an SNA file, which is an uncompressed one. Most of the games these days are compressed tape files, but we're going to just use a flat SNA file. And it has a 26-byte header. Some research came from today. I actually have the URL of it, so I'll paste that in here as well. There we go. That's the URL of the file format. Actually, I can put the URL of the, that's the Manic Miner format, which serves handy. Okay. Now, according to that file format, the rooms start at 45056. So that's in memory rather than in the file. So we're going to just take off that. So SNA file memory dump start at 168.4. So that'll set it, and then we have to add on the SNA header. So that's where all the data starts. Okay, now 20 levels, so let's just so I'm going to look through. Now that O level we created, we're going to use that as a container. Just to store everything, so we've got a little class of all our stuff done. This is going to be hidden, invisible, false, and then we're going to store that into here. Now, so next thing we want to do is get the base address of this level, which is level base. That's 124. Each level is 1024 in size. Yeah. Level. I'm not quite sure what my Alexa is playing at the moment. Got a feeling it's just skipped on me. Alexa, stop. Yeah, for some reason it went on to Lord of the Rings. Yeah, that's a bit weird. Okay, we'll just leave it for the moment. I do like the Alexa, it's very cool. Okay, now what we've got is each row is 32 blocks wide by 16 high. So just find something up. 1. And so this is what we're trying to make. Ooh, the original one though. There we go. So that's what we're trying to make. Slot these back in again. Right. So lesson 16 plus, and then across by 32. Now, so first thing block equals peak. That will be gain. Offset is the level offset. And buffer type is a U8. Block's not 0. I don't know what the block is. S equals plus 1. I'm assuming the blocks is 0 to something, but I don't actually know. I wasn't clear in those docs. So debug message. And then I've got to move that on. Okay, see what that does. Watch it explode. Okay, so what have we got? That's more than I thought I was going to print. That looks like the whole thing. What's happened there? And that looks kind of levelish at the top, but why is it running on forever? Oh, because it's doing 0.20, isn't it? That's fine. So let's just do 1. And so it gets, that's better. Okay, so 0 is a block of some kind. 122, a lot of blocks. 66. Okay. So let's do instance create depth. It's not 0.0, it's XX times 8, y times 8. Just at 0 and then platform. Okay. See what that does. That's just going to give me a solid square. So it isn't what I'm after at all. I need to see if block is actually 0. Ooh, now that looks familiar. I'll just bring this over. So you can see by that, that's the right shape. Interesting, the objects aren't there. They must be done differently. But, and same with the exit, that's not done the same way. But everything else is there. This is all stuff at the bottom, just must be part of the normal drawing. Okay. Oh, I didn't close that. Never mind. I shall fetch that again. Okay. So the next thing I need to do is probably try and get the graphics out. Oh no, they've got a room name. Okay, so let's try and get the room name. So these instances, what I really want to do is inside the level, I won't call it room, tile map. That's a good name for it. Array create 16 times 32. So I want a little buffer for these tiles. So we can just remember these. It's always good to have lying around. That should go into level. Tile map. So we'll just remember that. That's fine. Okay. So name. Get rid of that. Now this is just moving on. I'm not sure I want to do that. Again, this thing is kind of progressing on. So 0 to that, that to this. So I could do it just progressively. I just kind of move on and on and on. What graphics? Style position. I'll probably have to go and find the graphic for that actually, because I don't imagine he's actually in the level. Oh, he must be in the game somewhere. Might be able to read him out of that. Conveyor belt, border color. Alright, okay. Well, let's try just moving it along kind of incrementally and see how we get on. I've got a feeling I'll have to boil back and do something else, but we'll try it. So that's the screen layout, which I've obviously gotten. Next is the name. So the name is 32 bytes. And 32 and plus. Oops. So plus for peak game. Something I'm getting paranoid already. Let's just do that. Just in case I need to jump about a bit. Address and U8. Now it'll be standard ASCII. So I can just work in this. Okay, yeah, that'll do. Okay, let's just put that at the bottom. And see what we get. Okay. Ooh, central cavern. Oh, it's actually spaced as well. That's interesting. Down here, it's actually got a space around it so it's formatted. So it doesn't actually do any centering on it, it just centers the characters. Okay, cool. So again, we'll do level.name equals name. Right. Next on the list, block graphics. Each room has 8 block graphics, each of which is represented by 9 bytes. Okay. So I'm a bit scared. I don't really know why I was getting such high tile numbers if there's only 8 graphics. It doesn't make sense to me. Okay, let's read the graphics out first. First byte is the color attribute, apparently, and then the other 8 bytes are the actual 8x8 pixel tiles. So let's get the attribute. Number 8. Tiles. Block tiles. 8. So now, if I do keep that stream up where I just keep reading the next byte, I could use buffer read rather than buffer peak because it treats everything as a file stream and just keeps going. Peak just lets you jump about. It is slightly faster as well. Thing on this. Just work it out for all that we're doing. We'll just put the calculation in. Up to here. And you're going to do the same again. I do want to get the graphics displayed, so I will do that once I've read them, and then I'll just put them on screen and see what they look like. And then I'll try and figure out why my tile numbers are so high. We must have it in here somewhere. I'll get to that in a minute. I'm kind of busy reading off to the side. So get the attribute. Now that'll be a spectrum attribute. So spectrum colors. I need to have an array that kind of returns them, so I can get the ink and paper color of the spectrum for actually generating the image. So this is another good habit to get to. Just while you're thinking about things, just keep your code commented. Okay, so that should give us the same thing basically, and not crash, which is good. Right, so now what I want to do is make these blocks. So I don't really want to do that in the you should really create surfaces in create events. Some oddities with being the first frame and things not quite right, and you can lose them as well. So you stick them in the draw event, then they can always be recreated. So let's just add a draw event. Levels. Build bitmaps for the color blocks. Okay. And that's basically just going to loop through this thing here. We will, however, do surface, and then we can test that. Here, so we know whether we create it or not. Like I said, it also means if it's lost for any reason, it will rebuild it automatically. Okay, so I need to get spectrum colors now. So quick. Copy image. Create. Okay, so nothing 7, and then bright, which is 8 onwards. So that's going to be black, obviously. Now these are backwards for what the code is. So I'm just going to do a color. BGR in this case, won't it? That's going to be black. Just talk amongst yourselves while I do this. It's highly entertaining. Zero, green, cyan, just another one, 0, 0, yellow, 0, 0, chalk, and then grey. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's not right. 6. I've missed one. What one have I missed? Blue, red, cyan, green. What have I missed? Blue, red, green. I overwrote. What was green? Was in the middle, wasn't it? Purple, green. One right. Let's see, come again. There we go. Okay, so now to do the other ones, which is for bright. So 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And that's basically just stick all these up to FF. I do like the simplicity of a spectrum. Otherwise it's very easy. So learning it was even easier. Right. Okay. Right. So the attribute is broken into two halves, which is the yeah, I did. I messed up the green. That's now, yeah. Although, did I do green here? Yes, I did. Yep. The attribute is broken into two halves. Each one's a nibble, which is 4 bits. So I can't remember exactly of what's ink and what's paper. We'll just flip it around if it's wrong. I think paper is the top one, I think. So do that, and then ink again, I think, is the bottom one. Okay, so now we've got that. What I'll do is create a surface. Surface create 8 tiles. 8 by 8 high. Not complicated. Set target. I don't actually need to clear it because I'm about to fill all pixels. But again, good practice. Surfaces will come just with a load of rubbish beside them, so that's a good thing to get into. Spectrum was 8-bit. So times 8, so that's the block across. Let me start on and the loop on Y. Okay, so a single byte has 8 bits in it, and each bit is an on-off paper or ink selector. So we're just going to loop through shifting down the ways from the right. So that's the bit that's going to be, yeah, so if row and 1 and 0. For point color. Okay, so this is going to be xx plus xi, comma yy, comma set, then I want to do ink. So we're going to draw paper. Okay, so and then surface reset. Right, so a few loops in there. Let's just see what it does first, and then we'll go through it again. Draw surface. Tile surface. Okay, let's see if we get anything. Number of tiles, number of. I've done one too many loops. Tiles, number of rows. Yes, I have. I don't need this one. Okay, number of tiles, number of rows within a tile, and then number of bits within each row. That sounds right. Tiles I times 8 for the number of bits, and then yy. There we go. Okay, a little bit close. Let's see what it does. Pops. Trying to draw a non-existent surface. Ooh, really? If it doesn't exist, I create it. Okay, that's unusual. controller turns surface. Let's create. Okay, let's just make sure it's coming in here. Message. Create surface. ID. That's what I called it, wasn't it? Tile surface. Yeah. Okay, it'll still go pop, but tile surface 1. Have I got them the wrong way around? See, other things draw. One of the things that annoys me is that some of the parameters are flipped depending on what you're doing. Okay, so black and black. So let's just specify 3 for it should be pink. 0 for 0 0 0. And set alpha 1. Okay. Solid. Oh, okay, because I'm not shifting that around. So I can just. So what I want to do is test the bottom bit to see if it's set, and then that gets plotted as a pixel. I was just going to shift them off, but we'll test the bit itself. So the row should be the block tiles. You know something? Let's print these to see if they're actually I8. Yeah, let's print these to. Oh, hang on. I think I've realised what I've done wrong. Well, okay, it's not quite wrong, but they'll need to go into the level. They're not at the moment, but I'll deal with that in a second. Debug message. Plus. Okay, so print the coordinate, basically the number of tiles across and the row down, and then the value that we're dumping out. What have we done wrong? Or bracket. I plus. Oh, there we go. Right, let's see what's in that array. Zeros, lots of zeros. So okay, it hasn't read it out correctly. Or it hasn't stored correctly. That's equally possible. So let's first of all see if we're getting the right data out. So we'll print it there and then we'll print it here, just in case it's So, well, see, we're getting block data there. So why isn't it getting it here? Ah! So I cut and paste that code and I'm wiping over the top of them. Alright, okay, I can kind of see that. So there's the brick. That's those icicles hanging down. That's the thing you've got to jump. I assume that's platform maybe. I've got a feeling I've not got the right index for that, but it's like it's still got that single byte at the start. So let's let it do the inking paper again to see if we've got the right colours. Okay, I would say that was a no. Ink paper. I think that's wrong though. Didn't actually change. Okay, so got my bit testing right because the paper is changing. But I don't quite know why my attribute's not changing. This is moving on. Okay, that's odd. Not quite sure why. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. I would say these two blocks are the top, and that is an attribute. I don't know why it'd be 6 and 6. That would make it hidden. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. That would be the attribute there. I missed something. Room name 544. So let's just force in and then see if it's in the right space. So the first one's empty. That is the background. So he actually draws space in, which I guess stops him having to clear the screen if you're actually filling in space. Then he's got a floor tile, which is 2 solid red lines. So this single line at the top isn't quite right. I'm not quite sure why. Same on this side, these ones aren't right. It should be single line across. And then it keeps drifting basically. So it should get more, well, it's not getting more and more thoughts. I think it's one out. Because otherwise they'd just be getting higher and higher. And this whole thing will be drifting down. It's like it starts one out. Okay, I'm not quite sure why. I suspect I did that. It looks perfect. even looks like the right colour. Yellow, red. So these are red. The background colour isn't right for the platform though. The background of this thing should be red. That looks like my blues and greens are the wrong way around. Cut this out, put it there, and then move that column close to here. See what that does. But these were red, so I don't quite follow that. That's got a cyan. See, they just, so it was right. You haven't used the new column stuff. It's awesome, by the way. Not only can you mark columns, but you can type in columns as well. So for corrections, it's awesome. Okay, I'm a little bit puzzled by that. Background color should be black from both of these. What does it actually say? The first byte offset holds the attribute color, so appendix A, which isn't going to work. None of the links on that page work, unfortunately. It's like the anchors don't work. Appendix A. D. Word formats. That's not what I want. B represents brightness. P represents paper. Black, blue, red, magenta, green. So pretty much the colours I put in. Just bring this over to show you what I'm reading. So this is the you can sign up for the OSX closed beta. If you go onto if you send the help desk a message, you can sign up so you can get an early access to it if you want. So ink, paper, bright. Oh right, okay. I've got them quite a little bit mixed up. So I need to take the 3 bits off. So okay, I can do that. So ink is just that. For 3, and I have to mask off that. There is a flash as well, obviously, but I'm not doing that. That requires a bit of processing. Hey, there you go. It's exactly right. No, it doesn't. I don't know what that is. Oh, they look right. Oh, that'll be the conveyor. Yes, okay. Oh, that's weird. Okay. We are just going through them slowly. Did you get any response at all to the OSX stuff? They have been going through them. It's not, we haven't given it out yet. We're doing it in waves. So there's been a stack of folk got it, and then we'll be rolling out more. So, but you should have had a response taking you through a couple of steps before you get that far. So where's my thing? Right, so I'm not quite sure why I had to add 45 onto that. Why did I have to add on 45 instead of 44? Five, 12. So that's, I'm going to just try adding on this one. Be interested to see where the mistake's coming. So I'm obviously not reading a byte from somewhere. I see that's totally wrong again. So that means my base is wrong. Then the level looks right. Okay, I'm a little bit, no it's not, the level is not right, because that should be over this side. It shouldn't be too thick there, it should be a U shape. So what does that mean? It's worn out. Did I get my SNA header wrong? Ah, it's 27 bytes, not 26. It's 0 to 26. There we go. Dope. Okay. That should be perfect. Here we go. That looks much better. Okay. So now all I really want to do is draw the appropriate tile in the right place. How do I do that? Let's just stick that as a global, and then we can all get access to that. And then that's what we do. So when we're doing the block, the platform, we can do we can tell it which block it's going to be, and then inside its code, its drawing code, we can draw it. Be a wee bit slow, but we're just testing. We could put it to surfaces, we could do a whole load of things. We could even make individual sprites, I guess, out of them as well, but that's going to be doing effectively the same thing. So if that's not -1, so as long as the surface has been created, I'll do draw surface part. So now I need to work out which tile it is. Well, the index will be basically u times 8. So 8 across, left, which is u, comma 0, comma width 8, comma height 8. Oh, why? Is that all it is? Not quite. Got that right. Oh, that. Take away these messages as well. I may dump the tiles out again. If you've had the validation stuff, then just wait, it is in waves, so it will take a bit of time. Okay, so that's looking kind of okay, but it's not quite right. It's almost like there's extra data there. I mean, there is only 7 blocks. 8 blocks. Nothing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's interesting. Why are the blocks wrong? See, these are right, but obviously the other ones are way wrong. Background floor, come on. It doesn't really tell me what the blocks are. Each character is the color attribute of the block. Alright, so I can actually change color on gold, okay. Yeah, I'm a little bit puzzled by this. Alright, let's just bring this over. So basically it's got the characters there. Each character is the color attribute of the block at that position on the screen. Okay, these color attributes correspond to the ones defined in block graphics. The care must be taken that they agree. That seems a bit excessive. It's not actually. It's not actually giving me much to go on, so I think I'm just going to have to try and dump it out and then see if I can figure out what it is. I mean, knowing so 0, 0. These are platforms. Nothing 1, 2. So knowing 2 is this. Then and then the other one's 3, 4. Nothing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6. Okay, so let's go back to what we were doing before, which is basically just dumping out the tiles and seeing what they are for the level map. Message, yes, right. Well, let's see what we get out of it. 22. I don't know what 22 is in hex. 16, which makes no sense. Makes no sense at all. How do they map to 8 blocks? Oh, unless you've got to look up the attributes from the actual tiles. Wow, why would you do that? So I've got the message there. Let's dump the attributes out. And let's see what the, because they just might be directly related to the attribute files. Oh, there you go. So 26622s. Oh, then we could do that. 68. All right. So rather than store a block number, he's storing the attribute, which is really stupid. Because you could have half the amount of memory taken with this, because there's only 8 tiles, so you could have it in the nibble. You could have packed it down easily. So basically his tile map is an attribute map, and then the attribute tells you which block you're actually going to use. Wow, okay. So this is where you want to start kind of doing it out of sequence, so that you've got the block, and then you can look back and go, well, that's actually tile whatever. So I'm going to move this up, do that here, and then we're going to do this here. Excuse me. It should give us the same thing, but out of sequence. Ooh, or not. Why have you just changed colour? 4. 4, isn't it? 4 for block graphics, yeah. Let's just ignore that for the moment, and then so we'll basically nuke any of the tiles that are wrong. Okay. totally wrong. Okay. Attribute array. Tiles. So let's Alexa, play playlist Sid.
Your playlist Sid.
Right. So let's see if we can get the tile map coming back, because that's wrong as it stands. That looks to be out by a couple. So I don't quite know why. I'm going back the wrong way. I've left it in numpty. So the reason it's wrong is because I've left that loop in. I'm stupid. Right. Hey. Okay, so I've got my blocks back. It's not picking up the actual block though. It's making it 0. Let's take that out for a moment and just let's have. Oh. It helps if you actually check the right thing. Right. Hey, there you go. One level. Where's my print? Let's just comment this out. I keep coming back to this. I suspect I'm going to have to dump it out again at some point. There was a comment in that about the second level not being right. Let's see what the second level looks like. No, not second level, that'd be the third one. Menagerie. Looks okay. Okay, I don't really need to print those now. Just take away the draw surface. I don't actually need to put these on this in individual tiles. I could just draw them every frame. It's not that many blocks. And that is the idea, really. That's why I'm going to be storing them as things inside a controller, so I can just flip through screens. Hey, look at that! It just kind of works now, doesn't it? The last level. I think the last level is just a big bitmap, so it's probably not going to show anything. Oh yeah, bitmap up here. There is a special case for the bitmap, but that's okay. So let's go back to 0. So I'll just bring my art package up. Do a tweety tweet. Okay. Twitter starts going nuts. Hey. Okay. So what do I want now? So what graphics? So I've got the graphics. Views, switches. Although one thing I have noticed is that I'm not getting the bright, because these bits, there should be a bright graphic along there. Particularly just here. I'm not seeing it. In fact, these two reds should be different. And so 2 and 6, 6. The 6, 6 give me 42. 4. 6. Bright red 10. 1, 2, 4, 8. Bright black. No, that's wrong, isn't it? Okay. So the bright isn't part of the paper. I need to take that down and then get the merge the attribute of bright into the ink, which is 6. And then put up 3 again. And 1. Yes, yes. Put that in down. 7. Let's just take it times 3 and it with 8. So make it a bit more obvious what bright and dark is. Yes, they're all dark. So the problem is that the bright refers to the ink. Actually, it probably refers to both ink and paper. In fact, it does. So I need to put that bit into both. So that would be the bottom the bottom 3 bits for each of them, and then you put in that top bit to take it up into the bright colours that we have. So these are all the bright ones, obviously, from 8 up. So let's get bright. To get it into bit 4, 1, 2, 3, we'll just shift 3 and we say 1, 2, 4, 8. And that should be it. It's not. If in doubt, so it should be alternating a bit with inks and stuff. So that's got bright on it. That's right. It's not changing. It's still 128. Ah! Brackets me a lot. Hey, there we go. Right, so let's put the colour back up again. That should be. There we go. Okay. Right. Border colour. What about paper colour? we don't actually have a border. Horizontal gradients, background paper color, background paper color. Actually, you know something on this one. I'm not printing tile 0. Right. I suspect I should be, because I suspect tile 0 will actually have an attribute color in this case. Doesn't necessarily mean it's totally transparent. So that probably is black. But what about the other one? There you go. So it's actually part of the attribute. Yeah, you can see here it's using a bright blue, 1, 2, 4. That's just bright black. I don't know why paper's going all funny there. Why the hell's paper going funny? Same reason as that, isn't it? Is that right? Miner level 2. Let's take a quick look at Google Images. Yes, that's perfect. Okay. What I want to be able to do is just kind of flip through these levels now. So what I think I might do is start taking away the platform stuff and then actually having a draw routine that just looks through those tiles and draws them. As I said, 16 by 32 is not, particularly coming from the same surface, they will batch up into one anyway. They're not going to take terribly long. So let's just clean up a little bit. So I'll take away in that case. Okay, leave that for a moment until we actually get into tile map. So this is create block, so let's do a draw. Level. Okay, so we want to get levels. Current level. And this will let me flip through with keys just to see what we're actually drawing. I did say I would have to go back and do this. So it's going to come from a specific level now, which means we'll have to change the create blocks. Well, you know something, I should probably just create them all for the different levels. Put them on surface, and then the block index would just be the level number down the way. I mean, why not? So we'll do that while we're at it. Easy. So create blocks. Now it becomes a bigger loop. So it's 8 by 8 by 8 by 20. And then position in the level is going to be times level. You obviously speed this up a lot. Try to get things out. Draw point's actually really fast. I've done quite a bit with it for building graphics, and it's actually quite good. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 looks deep. Lovely. How about that? Should build the whole shebang. Let's take away this platform thing now, just so we can see what we're doing. So this should build all the different graphics. Badly. Oh, I've got to, obviously. Levels, market, nav. So I should copy that right. And then we've got a similar one for the blocks. Okay, so this is going to look through, build all those graphics, and have a crash game. Crash game. Output. Is that one that was dying? Load game. No, it's over here. The range attribute 31. Okay, so that's now going to be that anyway. So we'll just paste that in so we've got it. Okay, not quite what I had in mind. Probably because that should be times 8. So block across. So this is the block across the way. This is the line down. And that. Okay. Not quite what I had in mind. Still doing one. It's done. Oh, okay. I've used that look again. It's the problem once you start doing loops and loops and loops, you keep using the same variables. Block. that should be things like that. Still not right. That should be I. I should probably name variables better when I'm doing this stuff. Totally wrong. I mean, really, it's just this bit we're kind of looking at just now. So attributes, tiles, level, 0. What tiles? Okay. Just do 1. See what it actually comes up with. Nothing. Let's just try and shorthand this a little bit. That should be alright. So it's reading out all the different levels. There's all the different names coming out. So it's looping through them fine. Let's just... I don't think it's going to make any difference because the actual tiles are empty. Oh, this is not now 0, is it? I'm actually drawing 0. Okay, that's not going to work. Okay, so I just have to work out what's wrong then. That should be that should be all. It's the block down. Block there then. And that's the block index. That's 8 blocks per piece, that's fine. Exactly this, probably this side now that's wrong. You're on I. So you're all 0s. That's not right. How am I indexing that from the way when I've got the actual value high enough there as well? So I'm just wondering if it's reading the value and putting it in the wrong place. So we need, so I know what that is. Because that's interesting. I didn't think because it was on there. Oh, okay, yeah, I can see that. So because I'm putting an array inside an instance and then copying that into here and then accessing it. When I was doing this, it was doing that array copy on write thing. And basically making a new array here. Even though it was made in the same function, it lives in that instance, and that instance, since that instance has ownership of it, it needs to be done that way. So, same for this, I'm guessing. That's interesting. So, there we go. Blocks back again. Right. There we go. So, all the different graphics. Mostly the same, as we said, different colours. Right, so now what we can do is basically this. So I've got a tile map. And then goodness sake, how many ways can I do that wrong? Okay, so get the block, and then it's going to be the block. And what else I need to do? I need to store in which level this is. Because now that'll give me my index down into that list. So top level number is 8, block number 8 by 8. I'm not calling this yet. Control create blocks. Oh. And I get nothing. So it's very satisfying when you spend ages writing something and nothing happens. Levels, current level, level 0. I'm going to take all this stuff out just to clean up the code. So this is going to be another one that's the wrong way around, isn't it? Or not. Levels, level index, level number, tile map. Okay, I'd expect to get something. And I'll tell you what, it doesn't have x times 8 and y times 8. It'll just be overwriting itself. What am I calling this? No, well, I'm on the run at the moment. Okay, it's going in. I'm not doing anything. Let's see what is that to. We've got typical typo. Okay. Wrong blocks, but okay. Just step in the right direction. So left block times 8, top level times 8. Then exit value, blah, 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 blah. Maybe it's just that. Aha. Right. So create block, we can just comment that one out. Now what I want to do is in here, right. Here, left. Decrease number. 0. There. Right. Let's see if we can flip through. Oh, there you go. Last level. That's interesting. All the stuff's gone. Oh, Eugene's layer. It'd be nice to be able to print that at the bottom, but I do need to have the font. So I think it's just a standard Spectrum font. Yeah, it's funny, when I did recreate Manic Miner in one of my videos. I can just find a link to it. And I spent ages making tiles, cutting them out, building the levels. I only did 3 levels. When I could have had every level in, what's that, taking me a couple of hours? It's just nuts. Although not having all those tiles would have made things more complicated. There we go. So that was me remaking the actual game part. Which is interesting. Special graphics rooms 0, 1, 2 and 4 of special 16 by 16 graphic. On the screens. Alright. So in the levels he puts graphics just as in terms of storage, so that he's got the bitmap somewhere else. Book graphic, the Eugene one, plinth, swordfish. So I don't know where the graphic for mine really is. So what address is this? Specifically found the address in the game. So that must be really. So let's just make a little 16 by 16 sprite for the moment. I'm just curious to see if I can get the starting position. Why are you? That was weird. Okay, so 16. And release that position. It's actually got a facing direction as well, all built into the level. It's just odd. Okay. Read, comma, not read, peak. Press. Use 16. And 1, 2, 4, 8, 16. So it's a tile position it seems to store. Kind of makes sense. And 2, 3, 5. So shift it down 5, and then clamp it to that. Times 8. Times 8. Right, so let's see if it really is facing the right way. Well, not facing the right way because it's a blob, but let's put a comma. Oh, hang on, this is a level thing again, isn't it? Each level obviously has its own start position. Okay. Totally wrong. That's not 512, that's 616. According to our documents. Still wrong. should be right. Interesting. You're not really moving, are you? He's moving, but he's not in the right place. That's that one, yeah. Oh, not hex there, I'm just. Something I had. Yeah. Presumably. Something I don't trust the ordering of this. This PC's a little Indian, but I don't know what it's read out in. Yeah, that was it. So that's. About it. That doesn't make sense because that's not. That's definitely not what it says. See, it's way off the bottom now. See, some of them were pretty close then, some of them were just utterly wrong. That one's just. There's a really cool Manic Miner thing. Here we go. It shows you all the levels and all the start positions. So he's down there. It's like it's just offset by a chunk. I'm not exactly sure why. He's down here. That's down 1, 2, 4. 52 pixels out. And the card is down from the top and right. Switch the screen respectively. I'm not really following why this is any different. something odd. Let's just go back up to the first one and see what that is in hex. D0, D0. Ah, I know it is. But then if I was reading 16, that should have been right. Yeah. 208. That's just D0. Address plus 26. Okay, well, let's just devil's advocate. Just try around about there and see what happens. So that's not 26, 27. I'm pretty sure that should be this way, but that attribute thing, that's just getting annoying now. And when you think about it, there's not a lot to kind of read this level, not really. Bit fiddling's easy. You just got to understand binary. But I did a nice blog post on binary a while back. A nice post about just binary maths and stuff. I just don't understand this. It literally is like it's just the wrong values. One, two. Let's be a little radical and just dump the values out. It's the thing with hacking any format that you don't follow, you do just have to kind of poke it with a stick. Sixteen. Okay, we'll just print a few bytes out on either side and let's see what we get, see if we can figure it out. So really, going by this image, then that really is 1, 2, nothing 1, 2, so you start at 2 there. If this is 15, 14, 13, so F, E, D, more or less. So that would be 2 plus B shift y5, 1A2, give or take. What's that? 418. Oh, that's, hang on, 418 is combined, so I'm assuming for A2 or 162. 162. So that's that there. Um, 8 and straight. Okay. 1, 2, gold. Too many brackets. Yep. 1. It's 162, 93, 163, 0. So that's from minus 16 to plus 16. Minus 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, 1. So you were getting from there 208. Seems to be the value we're getting it from. And I'm not, yeah, there's 208. I'm not convinced that's the value that should be the start position. I think on that room, 15. Depends where his block is as well. Normally back then you would be specifying the top left of him, rather than like his feet position or something. Like say if that's the case, then you'd be nothing, 1, 2 as a character map, and then 16 high, so there's nothing to 15. So this is 16 by 16, 15, 14, 13. Or in hex that would be F, E, D. This is where all this maths is coming out. So we've got 2 plus D times 32. That would take it past the bottom bits if you want to keep it nice. Just 1A2. And A2 is 162. So that'd be the lower byte would be 162, which is this. But then the upper byte, oh, the upper byte might have garbage in it. There was something in here about there being funny bits. So I wonder if we did that and then added in those funny bits. 0, 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, 0, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 5D. Or maybe that's just an example, it's maybe not exactly. It does mean I'm 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out. Ah, no, I'm not. I'm just not reading it right. 616, but the position is 620 and 621. So I'm an idiot, is basically what it boils down to. It's always nice to know. What a twat. Hey, look, just like I bought one. Oh, it starts over there on the last level. Never actually made it to the last level, so cool. Okay. The bytecode stuff changes all the time. Yellow Afterlife has reverse engineered huge chunks of it. You can actually get it in the debugger if memory serves. I don't know if it's still visible. So if I put a breakpoint on this, and then there you go. So you can actually get the bytecode. It is there, but we do change. Yeah, we do change the format of it. Not very often, but it does change. So you can see it's got the code kind of inserted in between, so you can kind of see what it's doing and the function it calls and how it does it. So this is pretty descriptive if you want to reverse engineer it. What script am I using to do the math from your folder? It's not a script. There's a little. I wrote a little command line calculator years ago. So on my, where is it? Oh, it's kind of dropped off the radar a little bit. There we go. So that you got that blog link. It's not actually an exe. It is a link to a page. I've got a little C# program that I wrote. It's basically a calculator. It does shifts and ands and ors and XORs and all that kind of stuff. So the kind of thing I need to do for bit manipulation, just seeing binary values and all that. So you know, I can get the numbers and the binary and all that kind of stuff, and it deals with, you know, anding things. Sometimes you have to put it in quotes if it's got shifts because they tend to do pipes. But that program's on my blog. You can go and download it if you want. It's super handy. Like I said, it does XORs, not shifts, all the kind of binary stuff, and then we'll display a binary thing as well, which is just really handy. So, yeah. And so, how far are we? Is there a time anywhere on this stuff? 2 hours 15. Yeah, okay. So I'll just do another wee bit. What can we do next? Let's just print the name of the thing there. So I need to make this quite a bit smaller, don't I? Because we're on a teeny screen. Draw text. Name. 1628. I don't really care what to say. got me that one, the 16th cavern. Just could be bothered thinking up a name for it. There you go. Guardian graphics. I'm pretty sure he just used the original Spectrum font for the actual text along the bottom. It looks like it. I do have that font somewhere, but I have no idea where. It would also be interesting to get the movement of the baddies. So if they're kind of moving up or along or something. That would be interesting. Vertical guardians. Okay, so we've got a vertical start position. Horizontal position, vertical guardians, byte, velocity, that's a bit to complement integer. Okay, why it's that, I don't know, but fair enough. Alright, no, it's just so it goes up and down. Okay. It has a start direction, basically. Top and bottom positions, respectively. Alright, okay, that's fairly straightforward. So I need to find the X position. Okay, so probably have to do horizontal ones first because that's level 1. There's a horizontal baddy. So what we'll do is we'll just use this baddy thing here and we'll set the positions in. You can just kind of off he goes basically. And then when we change level, we can kill all the baddies and then set new ones. Probably want to have these all encoded in that level object that we've got, and then have a function that initializes them all at the end. Then we can flick back and forward between levels easily. So each room can have 1, 2, 3, or 4 horizontal guardians. All rooms can have these. Each represented by 7 bytes of baddie. Nice. Okay, so two, 9, 2, 7, 2, and 3. Okay, so the first byte will be a 255. If it doesn't have any more. Okay, so let's basically read out the horizontal guardian. So that's 2702. Actually, I'll just remind you, if you want to follow along on that page, that's the page I'm using for things. So I'm just reading out currently at the horizontal offset stuff. I'm just reading that, and I'm going to parse that out into some kind of structure and remember it. We'll have up to 4. And we'll do a buffer peak. The first byte is the attribute, so the color of it. So we're basically just going to most significant byte represents whether it was a normal speed with horizontal gradient or slowly. Alright, so that's also the speed. Okay. So let's just read that. So A left 7. So it says the most significant bit, if it's 0 or 1, is the speed. So, okay. And then just set it in, I suppose. And will be the color. I don't think they've ever got bright on. Well, they might do. I recommend you use paper, color, and brightness. So take the brightness from the background so that it stays. So we'll just get the color out. Not actually use this just now, but we'll store it because it's just part of the format. Okay. Second, third, and fourth bytes represent starting position. Okay. Wow. Okay, that's kind of scattered. 1, 2, 3, 4. What's that one? Oh, it's duplicated for some bizarre reason. Okay. So 703, 45. So the X start position. And then the Y. And the Y position. And then some other bits that I don't really care about at the moment. Fifth byte. So I need to just move this on. Like that. fifth byte is yeah, fifth byte is whether it initially goes right or left. Which frame of the graphic is on 0, 3. Other frame facing right, also facing left. Right, so it's either 0 to 3 if it's going right, or 4 to 7 if it's going left. So let's say it's going right. It's a main cabinet now. It didn't used to be. It used to be a JAMA cabinet. I converted it over a while back when I sold off all my arcade boards. I updated it relatively recently. Actually, it's got a tiny little PC to monitor, and then a little unit to control the joysticks and stuff. Okay, 6 and 7 bytes represent the extreme right and the extreme left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. Right, okay, so I need to know that. So now we get the fifth 1, 2, 3, there's 4, 5, 6. To keep declaring that because it's declared higher up. 8, 31 is 8. Okay, 8 times 8, so that's the extreme left. And then the extreme right. Okay. Restore that. So all we're going to do now is go if that's so basically if you hit 255 in that first byte, we're done down with baddies. Okay, so now what I want to do is something that sets up all those baddies. So So if baddy is that's instance destroy, isn't it? Yeah, so kill all the old ones. Now let's get the level. I need to set it into there. So let's read a copy of that. So let's just do it at the bottom because it makes more sense. Okay, so baddy equals dot baddies. Yeah, I always fancy the tabletop. Just stick it in the living room and have easy access to it. Having a stand-up one is actually a bit of a pain. You've got to keep it kind of free space. Tabletop ones are much better if you can find one. Equals bracket. Okay, so see what happens if you compare an array to -1 and it's just a true or false after. If I complain it's not an array, or if it goes it's not that, so it would be a false. Okay, so baddy.speed, let's just do sp equals 0. Baddy.call equals baddy1. Now it gets more interesting. X equals baddy2. And y is 3. And, 4. Baddy left. 5 and baddy right. 6. Okay. That should be all there is for that. Baddies. So, at the bottom of all this, we just got to go baddies. And then when we change level, we also want to do that. Okay, I'm just going to see what happens. Trying to index it, she's not in the way. Init baddies. Oh, that's not what I thought was going to happen. Levels. Okay, it should be a baddie here. I'm not getting baddies unless I've got my depths wrong. I always get the depths wrong. Hate GameMaker depths. Ah! Well, there you go. Cool. Okay. So let's take this. Just for the record, if I was doing this properly, all these numbers here, I'd stick in an enum, and then you'd access it like a little struct, so they actually mean something. Magic numbers is bad. Okay, so let's change a step event. So x plus equals, let's say baddy dir times baddy speed. I'm going to put +1 on that because it's a 0 or 1. Baddy x equals left. Okay, it's not baddy dir at all, it's just dir and speed. Then you want to flip the direction. And dir equals, there you go, dir. Super light. So hits the end. In fact, actually get less than equal to it. Greater than equal. What could possibly go wrong? Ooh. Look at that. Wow. That was remarkably easy, wasn't it? I am tempted to actually do the whole game now. I'm getting everything. You get everything out of it. That's so cool. Oh, he's not quite right. 2, 3, 4. I wonder what he is. I like that. That means I want to go and have a look at. Manic Miner walkthrough. So that's Kong. Isn't he the Kong supposed to be over there? I'm just checking YouTube. The other ones. Oh, that's one as well. Oh, I think it's 34 nice. Okay, I'm not quite getting it. That should be Kong sitting up here, basically. So there's something out. I'm also not sure what happens with when if it's set to be the same position, if it wouldn't move. It's going faster. Oh, that's that laser room, isn't it? I still think that's really cool. All of a sudden you just get pretty much the game playing away in itself. Negative 10, okay. Don't know why. It's odd. I don't know why it would be just those odd ones that are out, because these ones are all fine. I'm clearly fine. I hit the right spot and everything. I'm pretty sure this should be less than or equal to. But I feel it's just could overrun sometimes. If anything, oh, no. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's. Let's get those ones wrong. This is what I'm read. So what if it's less than 0 and x is not equal to left and left, then do that. Else there's greater than 0, less than right, and do that. I was wondering about the shiggle. You know, that's this. The edges are set to be very precise. There you go. So it doesn't actually move now. Still in the wrong position, but it doesn't move. Okay, now I'd quite like to get out the bananas and stuff. I do have the vertical ones to go as well, actually. I haven't got them yet. I suspect it's much the same, except start and end is. So let's change that to horizontal values. Let's copy this. I think that is the Guardian graphics. So I'm just going to have a look at the vertical ones. You could make this more generic, but I really can't be bothered at this time of night, to be honest. Guardian. So I'm just trying to find the Guardian appendix thing. Okay, that's nothing. Have them. 733. Okay. The vertical guardians are all special cases. Okay, well, we'll give it a go. What the hell? First byte's the color, background, blah blah blah. So we're not going to bother with the first byte. Second byte. That's what it's vertical guardian. Sprite starts it, so we don't actually care about the second byte either. And the third byte is the vertical snap position. So that just looks to be a straight. Yeah, it's just a straight value this time because it's high res presumably. Third, yeah. Fourth byte is the horizontal position in characters. So fourth byte. One, two, three. 1, 2, 3. Start. Hang on, I'm a bit confused here. First byte is the attribute. They don't have a speed associated. The velocity is different. Okay, so color. There we go. My start. And fourth byte is the horizontal. Fifth byte is a sign velocity. So we can just use a sign byte on this one. Six and 7 bytes, top and bottom positions vertically. So again, it'll be high res this time because it's a vertical. Okay. This starts at 733. So here is color. Start 2 is the Y, and the X for 3, speed for 4, top, bottom. Okay, so pretty much just copying this one, really, aren't we? Okay. So let's do one again. Top red, white, speed. Speed is greater than 0, and y is the less than bottom. Y plus equals speed. And then do a flip check. So it's this side is top. Speed of y is greater than equal to bottom. Speed. Okay. See what that does. Totally kills it. Lovely. Good to see. One foot time. Horizontal. That should be vertical. What are you doing? Why do you have one there? You're just... What? Now, this thing does say that only certain rooms have verticals. So this one, I'll just turn that. All the way on. I equals 8, or I equals 10, I equals 12, equals 13, I equals 70 equals 80 equals 90. Okay, that's the levels it says has it. Oh, it says 4 is a special case, and you ignore it completely. Why you ignore it? Because you're using the wrong one. Okay, that will explain something. Might not need that condition thing, but we'll try and see it. It does say this one's got a special case. It's not a normal. Okay, X doesn't seem to be right on these, does it? Well, for goodness sake, stupid names, ink. Alright, minor walkthrough. I need to print the level. 1, 9. Oh, okay, yeah, so there should be 1 in each of these columns. And I just noticed I'm just making more and more baddies there because I've not killed them off. Okay, so the start position appears to be totally wrong. They do go all the way up and all the way down. They're quite slow as well. Okay, first byte, color. Second byte, vertical position. No, vertical sprite, graphic start. Third byte. 1, 2, 3. Start position, 8-bit word, following format. So that's just a straight Y. Fourth byte. Horizontal position and characters from the left border of the screen. So that should be okay. It's not hex 31. There you go. Hey. Are these not? Is the landing bay not special in that it they kind of collapse and then just die? So cycling through. There we go. pretty cool. I would quite like to get the pickups, all the flashing stuff. I haven't seen how many there are items. That's what I'm looking for. Obviously switches, crumbling floors, conveyor belts, start position, order car. Items. There we go. So 4 bytes per item. 5 items can be stored. Only 5 items per. So there is. In fact, it's probably less than that because I've got a feeling the exit is an item as well. Okay, so save again. So 5 items this time. And these obviously just kind of sit there. A bit of an authenticity to it. Right, so 628 is where they start, apparently. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So first byte, the colour, 4255. Again, don't really care. Second, third, and fourth byte represent the position on screen as a 24-bit word. Actually, it just looks like everything else. So the second byte is the X. And the 1 times 8. And Y is. Sorry, let's do 60. we don't care about. And I don't care about the fifth either, to be honest. Secondary graphics buffer, secondary triplets buffer. Who knows? I have a sneaking suspicion one of these is going to be the exit, but I don't really care at the moment. Really all I want is the start position. So interestingly, yeah, you can do that. You can compare -1 to an array and it'll say whether it's true or false. It's handy. So really, I don't care about that. And this one. Nothing. Two. Okay, you're not quite right. One, two, three, four, 5. 306. Oh, I've got to move these on, of course. I may not be reading them, but I do have to skip. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Be totally out of sequence otherwise. You're still wrong, however. 6, 2, 8. What's 6, 2, 8 or 6, 2, 9 is the item? It seems odd. Oh, there's a separate portal, the exit thing as well, which is cool. Oh, item graphics are there as well, so I could actually display them. Not quite sure why it's saying 628. Oh, you're totally wrong. First item if available. Four, 9, 5, 9, 5, 8, 1, 2, 3. Oh, 628 is just 0. Okay. Right, so 629. Items iterator. Yeah, that won't help. Thank you. Still wrong, but I might have more now. No, I don't have any more. Still just totally wrong, but hey. Atoms. Six, 2, 9, 3. There's another one at the bottom there. First item extends to it. No, 4 items. Obvious way. Don't know what that means. I'm not really seeing what's wrong with that. It's the same as everything else. Find times 8. 31 times 8. Tell you what, they look like they're reversed. Nah, they're just I don't know where that's coming from. Ah, no, it doesn't matter. Because it stops so it doesn't find any anyway. Yeah, I mean this. It's 2.9 it starts up. Then first byte is basically color stuff. I'm not overly fussed with it at the moment. color. Second, third, fourth bytes. Second, third, fourth. So first, second, third is X and Y. 1, 2, 4, 8, 16. So 31. So just as before, another 31. Then Y is 4 bits, so that's 0 to 15. Take it down 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And end up with F. And times it. So 31 and 32. So that's just I quite know what these are. Secondary buffer formats. So a quick look. Oh, it's the graphics. Who knows? So 628, you know, it starts at 628. It's got 628 there as 0 for everything. Now 632, this it says that most significant bit of the YYY there, so there was 631, that one, and 632, that one. So redundantly, so that's just a spare. So that's not the anything to do with Y. The X's are wrong as well, so that's what I'm not quite following. Damn. What was going so well? Let's dump them out and then see what we've got, because I might just be reading them wrong. They are moving, that's the thing, so I'm getting something. But these ones, actually that can't, because they're here, here, and here. These two should be in a row. So I don't know why they're up and down a bit. Okay, so let's see what we got for 3. Colour, I don't really care. Let's see what this is. Okay, 09. I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Nine, 5, 0. That is actually right. The second one, 2381. Again on D. Unless they look right. I think I'm doing something wrong with this stuff. Or with this. Ah! It's from the vertical, wasn't it? There you go. Still don't know why that cone guy's not up on his perch. Might be a special case. Because he doesn't actually move, he maybe just draws them. That's quite cool, I have to say. I'm going to put the exit in, and then I think that might be it. So, photo. This should be an easy one. So the graphic is there as well, actually. I could read the graphic out. Same with the objects, actually. They're there as well. I might do that at another point. Okay, so image. It's not quite right, but never mind, we'll just wait and see. I'll just read these ones directly because it's only one value. Which would be base address plus 688. best I can say. No. Oh, wrong object. There we go. I probably could take the logic code I had out of the other one and just paste it in this, but the actual game stuff's not that much. I'd have to deal with, yeah, probably could. So really all I have to do is get the graphics out. There's some special cases for these things not quite working right, but for the most part, kind of there, isn't it? Well, so there you go. So the whole point of this was really to go over the binary buffer stuff. You can kind of see, you kind of just poke in and get values out, mess around with them. I may add to this and then maybe stick up in the marketplace as an educational thing. So obviously not actually a lot to it, primarily just in this section here. Creating the graphics. It would be nice to get the item graphics. Actually, there's only one item graphic. Let's just do that as well. Before we finish, let's just get the item graphic. Right, can I flash? I could do it as white and then I can flash it with a colour because it's going to stick on the background. That'll give me a bit of a simulation of it. It's not right, but so 692, that's where it says the graphic starts. Is that it? Yep. So now here, into our create, set target, this set target, alpha. Now I just want to kind of copy this thing. It's a little simpler than this because it's basically on or off. We've got 8. Where am I? 8. Old item graphic. Okay. So I'll get the graphic. So it'll be white so that inside the item we can still flash the colour, but instead of having it as a graphic we'll flash the colour blend. So let's reset. Is that it? Clear that, get the graphic, loop to 8 times, get the row, next down, so that should be that. Let's just change that to XX. There's only one in this one, so we don't need to get too fancy. And now all we need to do is in this, in theory, Forty-six. Item graphic. What's wrong with that? Items, so that graphic. Okay, I'm not seeing the problem with that. Oh, I am seeing another problem. Unable to find any instance. Alright, okay, it's going straight. So, okay. And I did notice over here that should be a plus plus. Oh, now what? Oh, that should be. Oh, yeah, okay. So actually, it's not quite as simple as I thought it was going to be. Because it needs to do like the other one does, which is depending on the level, it needs to print. So, okay. Well, it's not too complicated though, obviously we've done it already. So that'll be 8 by 8 times 20. And then that'll be y plus 5 times 20. And here, it's part now, isn't it? Left 0, comma, count, it's on current level. So I'll be control level times 8. I don't actually like going through the object, it's a bit nasty. But sometimes you have to. Spelled that wrong. I'm betting. There we go. Peas, no bananas. Garbage, garbage. Okay, not quite what was after. Hello, item graphics. Highlight. That should be okay. Something like that. Let's hit the first one and go nuts. And that one. So it's a bit weird that it's getting some of them throughout the level, but other ones are just wrong because it's in the same place. You would have expected some kind of drift or something, or just to be totally wrong, but there. That's really weird. It's in their keys, isn't it? What's that? Interestingly, that is like the frozen one. They should be keys. And then you want the regions layer, which is the squares. And then keys again. And then keys. But they're interesting because that should be these ones. And they're flipped, which is more interesting. Why is things flipped? My graphics are flipped. Ha! Okay. 7, 0. Might be around this time. Oh! But now they've gone completely. Oh, okay. So that was wrong. That's 7 and 1. So it shouldn't matter. It shouldn't matter at all. They're still flat for some reason. Why are they flat? Yeah, no, they would be flipped. Okay. It's still wrong. That's just weird. I think I'm doing anything wrong, particularly wrong here. Let's do a level. So it's 8 by 20. So level 20. Big space in the middle of it. Yeah, look, something works. So what I want to do now is just a very quick colour flash. Basically cycle through after 50, 0 to 7. going to be really quick, has to be said, and all synchronized, which they weren't. I'm going to slow it down a little bit just by taking it, double the numbers up and then shift them down later. It's just a way to slow it down. There we go. And we'll start it at a different point on each one just to get them out of sequence. Doesn't look very out of sequence, does it? Sometimes. There we go. Okay. Yeah. Cool. Okay, I think I'm going to leave it there. That's come up for 4 hours. Which isn't bad actually. Got the whole, almost the whole level stuff kind of done. Quick walk through, load the buffer or the file, the header, look through all 20 levels. We create a little container object and make it invisible because it's just a container. Could deactivate it as well. And then we store it in an array so we can flick through them. We then go through reading the tiles, the actual blocks, we've got the colour and the actual graphic. We then store off. Then we read the character map that they've got, which is actually an attribute map, for some stupid reason. We match them up with the actual blocks we've read, and then convert it just into a simple 0 to 7 number. Read the level name, get the miner relay start position, and then we read out the baddies. So horizontal first, then pretty much the same thing vertical. They've basically got start positions in a Y position or X position to hit and bounce back to. We then look through and get all the flashy items. Again, same kind of thing, it's just XY position. We just store, we get the graphic, and then the portal part is where you kind of exit. Then we initialize the baddies, which is basically kill everything that's there, and then create one of the different instances and then set the different values up for them. So a bit complicated. Create blocks is a bit more interesting. We create an 8 by 20 level surface, so a big surface with everything, all the graphics on it. And then we look through all the levels and all the tiles in the level, and then for each line of the tile, then each pixel of the tile. So it comes out in a high res, so on-off format. So a single byte is a whole row. We look through, checking the bit that we want to do, and then we plot that colour on the surface, the ink and paper one. And then we do the same for the item. Basically have a single tile wide by the whole size. We've got a special little function for getting spectrum colours, 0 to 15, top half are the bright colours. And then we have just something that goes through and draws the level, gets the tile, the block out of the tile map, and then just draws that part of the surface, that big surface that we've got, just draws that. And then that's it really. Couple of other ones. The baddy movement. It's got an initial position, and then it's got a left and right extreme edge. We just make sure we don't go over that. The vertical one's the same. It's just got a top and bottom. It doesn't go. It does have a dedicated speed, so it can go up and down a bit quicker. The item, we've got a bit of a randomization for the color. Let me just draw the right item. Maybe flash it a little bit using the image blend at the end. And then the X is just the exit. It doesn't actually do anything. And that's it. So we in the old format, we can run through, we can actually extract all the data, build up all the levels, and kind of do whatever we want with it. We could use this as a basis for actually completely cloning the game using the original data. I did this before with Ant Attack, which is another old ZX Spectrum game. It's a kind of a isometric game I built up in 3D. You just extract all the bits and play with it. There's loads of Spectrum games and C64 games that have been mapped. You can go and get the formats, load in the binary file, and just get the data out of it. I just noticed one down here that shouldn't be there. Well, it's quite nice to see the thing just appear, and it's really nice to see the baddies all there as well, I have to say, because those are normally the things that are a pain to do. But it's all encoded. You just read them out, and you can see how few lines of code it is to move them once they're encoded. And there you go. Okay, that's almost 4 hours on the dot. Okay, thanks for coming, folks. Maybe do another one soon.